what is our first main topic today?
Our first topic comes from Vic Barth. Hey, John, I noticed you put up your out of the theater reaction to Ambulance tonight, and I was wondering if you and Erin could go a little more into it. How well does the action work? Was Jake held back by the dialogue in the movie? How would you rate it as a Michael Bay film? Thanks so much for all you do, and bring on the filthy.
All right, thanks a lot for sending that in, Vic. All right, yes, went to go see Ambulance last night. And listen, I'm not afraid to tell you, I'm a Michael Bay guy. I mean, I hate all of his Transformers movies except for the first one. I love the first Transformers movie. But there's a lot of Michael Bay movies I really like. You know who else loves Michael Bay movies? Michael Bay. Because in Ambulance, where, you know, some movies like to pay homage to their favorite films, Ambulance is just one giant homage to the glorious career of Michael Bay. It's Michael Bay movie references all over the place. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I think some people were having fun with it. So I jest a little bit there. But yeah, there were a lot of Michael Bay references in this movie. Look, I'm not going to lie to you. You guys know I haven't been terribly excited about this. They showed Erin and I a preview for it at CinemaCon 7-8 months ago, however long ago that was. And I'm like, everybody in the theater was excited about it. I was like, I didn't think it looked that good. I haven't thought the trailers looked all that good, but still, it's a Michael Bay movie. It's going to bring the Bayhem. Who doesn't like Bayhem? And it's a Michael Bay movie. Ambulance is definitely a Michael Bay movie, which means a couple of things. Number one, it means you're going to get bonkers action. And like that's one of the hallmarks you're going into a Michael Bay movie to hopefully get. Even a Michael Bay movie that I really did not like, which was Six Underground. Oh my God, it had some beautiful action choreography. I mean, seriously, some of the action sequences were sublime in that. Really, really good. But the movie overall was horrible. So that action didn't save it. So you're going expecting some really good bonkers action. And all this whole movie's marketing campaign is built around is crazy car chase. And guess what? It delivers. Mm-hmm. It delivers the crazy car chase. Unfortunately, it doesn't deliver a lot else. Let me talk for a second about some of the things it does well. Jake Gyllenhaal does his damnedest to make this movie watchable. Mm-hmm. I mean, him and Yahya, their chemistry together as brothers. And by the way, I buy it immediately. There are some like sibling stuff in movies where you don't really buy these two people grew up together. Totally bought these two grew up together.
Are they supposed to be actual brothers or?
Jake Gyllenhaal's family adopts Yahya
took him in, yes. So they grew up together. They grew up as brothers, and they are, as Jake Gyllenhaal says in the movie, he's my real brother, right? That's a good moment in the film, by the way. That's a good moment in the film. So Jake Gyllenhaal, that's there. I got nothing else. I got nothing else. So like the Bayhem's there, the action's there. If all you're looking for, you know, it reminds me of Zack Snyder's movie Sucker Punch. Where it's a movie where if you put this movie on mute and just watch it and kind of make up your own story in your head, it's visually a masterpiece.
I have 2 Sucker Punch hot toys.
Really?
Of course you do.
I have a baby doll hot toy.
I've told the story about Sucker Punch. I went to do, I've told the story too many times. Anne's sorority sister was one of the stars of Sucker Punch. And anyway, but so yeah, if you turn off the sound and you just watch it, you're like, wow, this is a pretty impressive visual spectacle. I think Sucker Punch was that. And I think Ambulance is that. But gather around and let me tell you the tale of how this movie begins. One brother goes to meet the other brother for coffee, in which the one brother says to him, oh, hey, yeah, want to try some coffee? Got a great coffee maker. Great. Hey, why don't you come rob a bank with me right now? While his crew is literally in the car out front of where they're drinking coffee, honking the horn, saying, come on, we got to go. We're going to go. We're on a schedule. Got to go rob this bank. And it's like, he literally just walked in to have a coffee. I was like, hey, let's go rob a bank right now. We've got this intricately planned out bank robbery, and we're just going to go do that right now. Why don't you come with us? I was like, what?
It's like, didn't anyone see
Sibling
Heat?
stuff.
Yes.
And Heat, the cook, the poor guy, you know, he was on parole. He was And Neil McCauley just sees him and says, "Come with us right now."
Right.
And look what happened to that dude.
And it's always like and I love how it's an intricately planned bank robbery, but we're missing one guy, and
we didn't think about that till right now.
We didn't realize it until right now. Oh, and by the way, we're not sure if we're going to take the Mercedes or the van, and so there's some confusion about that. Oh, and then the van is going to,
And then this carefully planned, masterminded bank robbery. And you see it in the trailer, so I'm not giving anything away. 40 people in the bank, and Jake Gyllenhaal's just walking around without a mask. Hey, everybody. It's like, dude, you live and work in LA. You just walked into a bank, no mask, robbing bank. What do you think is going to happen? Anyway, so like, yeah, I'm like, instantly, I'm ready to check out of this movie already. Like we were 10 minutes in, and I'm like, I'm ready to go. This is ridiculous. But then, they get into it. Then the car, once they get into the ambulance, by the way, what's the name of the girl? Again, you knew the actress's name. Can somebody look that up? Chris, can you pull that up if you can? But it's also before the action starts. We're only in the first 10 minutes. We meet this female paramedic, right? Who is, of course, it's a Michael Bay movie.
Isaac Gonzalez,
yes. So, of course, it's a Michael Bay movie. She's not just a paramedic. She's the world's fucking hottest paramedic. Of course,
and
right?
She has one perpetually perfectly rounded tendril that is always just to the side of her eye. No matter
doesn't
what's
pop out
going
when
on.
you're in danger?
No,
that could happen.
It never flattens, no matter how much she's sweating or how much blood.
I thought
always
all leading ladies just
perfectly
genetically had that.
Curled.
And then, so as we're getting introduced to these characters, she's sitting down having coffee with a newbie paramedic, and they're having coffee together. And they're like, this is where they're explaining the background. And the newbie's like, well, everybody knows your story. You were a med school ace, and you dropped out. And everybody knows you're the best paramedic in the city. You can keep anybody alive for 20 minutes. That's the catch, right? Everybody knows you can keep anybody alive for 20 minutes. But also you're the one paramedic that nobody wants to work with. And I'm sitting like, yeah, nobody wants to fucking work with her. Nobody wants to work with her.
I'm sure that somebody could dig deep and deal with her personality issues and just stare at her. Right, exactly.
But now I feel free to tell you guys those things because these are all things that happen in the first 10 minutes of the movie. But the logic is done. There's no logic. So all you're left with is this magnificent mayhem. Oh, and by the way, because I haven't said it on this show yet, I did say in our Out of Theater review, is this. The movie is called Ambulance, but it could have been called Michael Bay Presents. Look, everybody, I bought a drone. Because every fucking thing in this movie is, woo, look at me, I've got a drone now. I spent $300 on this drone. I better get my money's worth out of it. Well, that guy's eating a hot dog. Fuck it, use a drone shot. Totally. Like, everything was drone. But okay, whatever. So, yeah, listen, I didn't hate the movie. It definitely has moments of fun. I mean, it absolutely has moments of fun. It's just that it's a Michael Bay movie. You're going to get great visuals, great action, and a lot of stuff that just makes zero sense in the world. And for some people, that's going to be fine. But one last thing I will say about it, but even the great thing about this movie, the car chasing, it gets tiring. It's like, okay, how many times am I going to see Yaya go, God, turn left, turn the wheel really hard, hear the screeching tires, and see the ambulance semi-drift? Okay, that's the 19th time that's happened. How many more times do I got to watch it? I mean, again, I'm not taking away from the action. I'm just saying after a while, it gets like, this feels like a good third act to a movie, not a great movie. But I'll tell you, a bunch of people did walk out having fun, and one of them was Erin. Erin, what were your thoughts overall about Ambulance?
I am not immediately like, Michael Bay, woo, let's go. I go, okay, Michael Bay, we know what we're getting into. And so I went into it with that mentality. If you're planning on having, if you want to see The Pianist and you go see Ambulance, you might be slightly disappointed. And yes, there are so many holes. And for me, someone who likes to follow plot, even as crazy as, Avatar, I'm like, Blue People, I'm into it because it all tracks. But even something simple like, hey, let's go eat. I know this great enchilada place. They're sitting down, they're eating, and she's like, finish your sushi. I'm like, Why are they eating sushi?
In an
Like,
enchilada place.
something so silly like that, like kind of like goes, whoa. But also, by the way, in case you were wondering, Keurig makes really good coffee. And how do I know? Because when Jake Gyllenhaal invites Yahya Abdul-Mateen into his place of residence, he goes, come have a cup of coffee. Yeah, we just got this new Keurig machine. It makes really good coffee. We decided to splurge on it, because a man who has already established that he's stupidly wealthy has to splurge on a $200 coffee maker.
I
What
have
happened?
one.
That's why
and
he's
it's
wealthy. He
such a
saves
bore.
money.
He hands him the coffee and sits there and looks at him and goes, it's good coffee, huh?
I know. Michael Bay's
How
product
much is
placement is
Keurig?
crazy.
How many Keurigs
And
did
Ford.
Michael Bay get?
And Ford.
Keurig and Ford
And
presents
Ford.
ambulance. That's
It
the
is-
situation.
Yes.
Yes,
pretty much.
it is absolutely. This movie is sponsored by Keurig and Ford for sure. And yes, she is it Isla Ilya? What?
Isa?
Isa.
EIZA?
Okay, Isa Gonzalez. Yes, she is. Not only is she absolutely beautiful to look at. In fact, there's one really fun moment that. You know how normally a director will do like an over-the-shoulder shot? Like the camera will be here. You'll see
Yeah.
like the back of my head, my shoulder to get a close-up. There's a whole scene where that happens, except instead of my head and shoulder, it's her perfectly rounded butt as she's leaning over and the camera's on Jake. And I'm like,
That's just Michael
you're
Bay.
literally just giving us a profile shot of his butt. I don't even know what he's saying because I'm not even paying attention to him.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's wrong with that shot?
Nothing wrong at all. I
That's right.
appreciate it. I very much appreciate it. But it's just like, if you go in looking for, I feel like there should be a Michael Bay bingo game and you just can like hit all
Yeah.
the things. I mean, I found it really fun. And yes, Yahya and Jake, man, hats off.
Bango.
Because
Michael
they
Bango.
were literally it was as if they summoned the spirit of Stella Adler to help them guide the atrocity of dialogue to the finish line. Because there were moments that I was watching and I was sweating. I was like, oh my God, how did you just make that line work? As an actor, I was like, bravo. I mean, the acting, even the guy in the bank, even the bank teller, Kim, poor girl, like the acting is really phenomenal across the board. I was very impressed. He got great performers. And yes, it is absolutely plausible. This movie, some things happen in that ambulance that make Grey's Anatomy look like a docuseries. It's so unbelievable. And I'm just going, what is going on? But also, I do like the fact that it opens and it ends with some really beautiful, like they just have these shots of the boys when they were young brothers. And I thought that was really beautifully done. It kind of adds a touch of, whimsy, emotion. I wasn't expecting to feel some feels. And there's something that happens with a little girl at the beginning. And maybe it's because I'm a new parent. I don't know. I actually got really choked up. I was like, oh my God. So I wasn't expecting to feel some feelings during a Michael Bay movie. And I was pleasantly surprised that I did. Overall, I thought it was a really fun ride. I am a passionate lover and owner of a Dodge Challenger. It is like my dream. I mean, like I get lady hard-ons when I see them, and to see so many fall to their untimely demise was really hard for me. So the car chases were great fun. If you're going in to see just a fun movie you don't have to think about, just don't overthink it. In fact, don't think it at all. Just go for the ride and have fun.
Isn't this a remake of a French film that's
It
supposed
is.
to be brief and whimsical?
L'ambulance.
That was really good French, Aaron.
Wow.
No.
Yeah, and the movie was too long.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, the movie
I
was
was
too
gonna
long.
ask,
They
is
could have
this
chopped
something
about
Ray
half an
Ora's
hour.
gonna love, or
No,
No.
he'll tire out after about 45 minutes of
For
this.
sure.
Yeah.
I do have a question for you though
Okay, sure.
on what it delivers. Did you get a hot dog at the end of this after all of that drone footage of hot dog eating?
I did not. No,
Oh, then I'm out.
they gave us
Yeah.
a free bag of popcorn, and because I didn't have dinner, so they gave us a bag of popcorn. And I polished off that bag of popcorn. Which popcorn, even movie popcorn, on an empty stomach,
Yeah.
yeah, not so
That's
good.
how you
Anyway,
get that
guys,
chicken leg.
questions for you. What do you think about this? Have you been looking forward to Ambulance? Is this a movie that's been sitting there on your anticipation list? Have you seen it already? Maybe one of those advanced fan screenings? Whatever your guys' thoughts are, jump down to the comment section below and leave us your thoughts there.
I'm so
We
going.
want to take a moment and thank the sponsor of this video, Coinbase. Have you found yourself curious about getting involved in cryptocurrency, but if you're like a couple of friends of mine who have been really interested in it, they felt kind of overwhelmed by it, like not even knowing how to get started? Well, that's where Coinbase comes in, because they make learning to buy and sell crypto simple. Coinbase offers a trusted and easy to use platform to buy, sell, and spend cryptocurrency. They support the most popular digital currencies on the market and make them accessible to everyone. They offer portfolio management and protection, learning resources, and a mobile app so you can trade securely and monitor your crypto all in one place. And that's why millions of people all over the world in 100 different countries trust Coinbase with their digital assets. So whether you're looking to diversify, just getting started, or searching for a better way to access crypto markets, start today with Coinbase. And for a limited time, new users can get $10 in free Bitcoin when you sign up today at coinbase.com/Campea. Sign up at coinbase.com/Campea for $10 in free Bitcoin. This offer is for a limited time only, so be sure to sign up today. That's coinbase.com/Campea. And a big thank you to the folks at Coinbase. Go guys and get your $10 of free Bitcoin now for sponsoring this episode of the John Campea Show.